Starting a conversation in English requires confidence, especially when you're a non-native speaker. A great way of boosting your confidence is to check in on your phrasing and pronunciation. And if you can correct these, then I'm sure you're going to boost your confidence with ease. The question of the day is, how do you normally start a conversation? What kind of questions do you ask? Please post them in the comments box below and I'll check them for you. A lot of non-native speakers start with, how are you? Or, what is your name? These questions could be improved upon. Firstly, in this instance, we don't fully pronounce the word R. It's going to sound more We use the schwar sound. In order to do this, the tongue should be positioned relatively high in the mouth and we focus on the throat. A good way to improve your focus here is to do a bit of a warm-up, so you can lower your bottom jaw and hum. How are you? We also link that little to the how. How are you? If I were going into a formal situation, say a job interview or talking to a client for the first time, I'd be likely to say something like, hi, I'm Francesca, nice to meet you. Please do notice how I'm not saying, I am Francesca. This is incorrect. We don't use it in spoken English. We need to use the contraction, I'm. Also, I'm going to link meet and you. Nice to meet you, with a glottal stop. So I have to just slightly tighten the glottis here on meet. Nice to meet you. If you want to go into a more casual kind of situation, you're going to say, hi, I'm Francesca. So notice how I inflect my pitch on hi, and then I bring it down on I'm Francesca. Hi, I'm Francesca. This shows I've finished, and it means the other person will then know that it's their turn to introduce themselves. If for any reason they don't, you can, if you feel comfortable doing so, say, what's your name? And the reason we emphasize your is because we know we're already talking about names, okay? We don't need to emphasize name, and we're interested in their name. What's your name? At this point, as you've already instigated quite a bit of the conversation, it's likely that the other person will then start to ask you some questions. But just in case they don't, here are a few more questions that I would recommend asking. Whereabouts do you live? And when you say this question, notice how I link where and abouts, whereabouts. And when I do this, I actually change the word where slightly. I'm going to link there with an R consonant. I wouldn't usually pronounce the R consonant in where, air. It's a diphthong there, isn't it? Where. I'm going to add that R just to link those two words together. And when I do this, I need to lift the soft palate slightly. If you want to work your soft palate, you can practice yawning or drinking through a straw. Whereabouts do you live? An alternative option here is to say, whereabouts are you from? Please notice that if you do choose this alternative, there's a chance that people might start talking about where they were born. So you might get some kind of far-fetched place, far away. We often ask these kind of questions to connect more with people. So we're looking for some kind of common ground, something similar going on in our lives. The next question I'd be inclined to ask would be, what do you do? Now notice that I don't fully pronounce these words, what do you do? Do you becomes do, like the beginning of the word juice. What do you do? And it's completely accurate, it's just how we speak. We're constantly distorting and deleting sounds as we bring them together. It's really all about flow. That's why it's so important not just to learn written English, but to analyze how people speak, to immerse yourself as much as possible. So for instance, spend time with British people, listen to British TV programs, do whatever you can, so radio, TV, but really listen to it and notice how words tend to join together. It's called connected speech, so you can also look that up. Obviously, these are only template questions. I think they're really good ones to begin with, and if you spend some time perfecting them, you're going to give a very good first impression. But please remember that when we have a conversation, we never know quite what's going to happen. So people might suddenly find something about you very interesting and ask you lots of unusual questions. And that's the kind of thing that happens when you really connect with someone. So that's a very good sign that happens. Please remember to post any of your interesting questions in the comments box below. What questions do you ask when you meet someone for the first time? Would you like me to check your questions, your phrases, your pronunciation? If you would, then please just post them in the comments box below. Please do subscribe to my channel to receive the latest videos that I post online. And if you like this video, please do like it. If you'd like to see more of me, either in video format or in person via Zoom, you can just scroll down to the information box and click on the link, which will take you to my membership site. And you can sign up for just €19 per month. You'll be invited to 2 group coaching calls per month and also have access to a full library of videos on the British accent. Thank you so much for watching.